Na'Vi's turn up to the plate, and standing against them is Liquid. Janko summarized it before, we'll do so again as we once again return to break things down here in your pre-match. I'm joined by Adam Freiberg and Chad Birchall, myself, Alex Richardson. Gentlemen, we've got a fun one here because I really don't know personally what you two stand on both of the teams ahead of us. I mean, Liquid are probably a discussion that's a bit easier to have, so let's start with the hard one. The tough nut to crack in Counter-Strike at the moment, Adam. Na'Vi. Now, I didn't quite catch the odds. I wonder if we can bring them back up. I'm sorry about that one. I want to know where our sponsor Betway stands in this thing. Okay.
Adam has to do the honors here. I think he's got some obligations.
Yeah, I mean, Na'Vi being the favorite team here in this matchup, probably would agree with that. They were, though, at Guardian's wedding, right?
That's true.
So maybe the pre-game practice didn't really go, the boot camp maybe didn't go well. I don't know. Congratulations to Guardian, though, getting married.
Absolutely.
I guess we have to say. But Na'Vi being the favorite, yeah. Liquid, they did bum out of the major qualifier. Must be pretty devastating for them. Major is the goal kind of where every player in the team wants to go to. So, of course, might not be coming in here with the best mindset.
Sure.
I guess this will be the last big tournament for them this summer. So of course they wanna end the summer on a good note, though.
Surely, though, there is an argument that Na'Vi are not in a good mindset as well, Chad. I mean, they kind of have the NIP syndrome in terms of we were once at this point. It's hard to play at this point. I mean, it's when the greats fall, the likes of Fnatic, the likes of NIP, that it can be tough to get back up.
Yeah,
again.
it's that rebuilding thing. You know, once again, the fact that they have that boot camp time, or the time to put in pressure and have a new face coming into a tournament like this. But during the EPL season, I kind of had a lot of hope in Na'Vi because what they were doing on their CT sides when Andy took over as the head coach, Starks got dropped, they were being very assertive on their CT sides. And when they were doing that kind of stuff, it looked like Na'Vi had a game plan. When they're not doing that or it doesn't work, they get completely shut out. And I'm really confused on what their attack is. And now that they have players like Simple and Flamey, who are really good at playing a faster brand of Counter-Strike, you can also see that transition in their play. So this Na'Vi is not the traditional Zeus-style Na'Vi, really slow, methodical. Right. They've got a nice mixture of both. And I think if they can get all the pieces to click, it will be a powerful lineup. It's just about getting those pieces to work together.
So here's a fun one. Adam, you've played against both types of Na'Vi. You played against the Zeus Na'Vi, the 30 seconds, which bomb site are they hitting Na'Vi. You've also played against the Simples running at me with an AWP Na'Vi. Yeah. I mean, what's the differences between the two from your perspective playing against them? How do they feel?
When you played against the Na'Vi with Zeus, they made you feel like uncomfortable in your positioning. Like you kind of felt, as I talked about before, cold positions. You've thrown all your utility. Maybe you only have a few, like a flashbang or something like that left. But it's always scary because you don't know if Guardian's gonna come and peek you, right? So you probably want to smoke off your area of the map, right? Sure. But yet again, if they're not coming, you don't have any utility left for when they do attack. So I prefer playing, as Na'Vi, I would prefer playing the way that Zeus called with Na'Vi. I really like that way of playing. But then you have to adjust your game style depending on what kind of players you have, right? So now they have Simple, they have Flamey, super good individual players, just need to be let off. They have Edward, experience, Seized, and Guardian, what probably has been one of the best operators in the world. So, I mean, the slow style Na'Vi with Guardian. That. Yeah, because, I mean, the difference also back then was that the team worked around Guardian, right? Yeah. It was kind of like Guardian going around the map trying to get picks. The other guys, they were just kind of holding back, like playing defensively, trying not to get picked off, while Guardian kind of took map control for the team, and then they execute. It's super hard to play against. This Na'Vi that we will see today will probably not play like that. I think this Na'Vi that we see nowadays, that we've been seeing the past couple of months, have been more fast-paced, trying to get the early picks and going like more YOLO style.
This kind of evolution of not only Counter-Strike, but of these teams that had such staple styles. You know, when we talk about, NIP, we talk about Fnatic, talk about Na'Vi, there was always a style affixed to that, which is changing. What do you make of Na'Vi's evolution, Chad?
Well, you need to be a hybrid now, right? And SK, Astralis, those kind of guys show that. You need to be able to play the slow, methodical style, play the map control and base off of that, and have the aggression, have the set executes, have that approach to the game where you're going to do the risky things and they play off because your players are able to get in those brawls and take those fights and get the multi-frags. Because, sure, you can play fundamental Counter-Strike until the cows come home, but if you're versing a team that is just running a style at you that is making your life extremely difficult, it is not always going to work.
Sure, and of course on the other side of the court, as it's such, is Liquid, and a team that of course demoralized is going to be the word used. They've made it clear themselves throughout social media and interviews, but I mean it's very clear when you look at the results themselves. Not making it to the major is a big blow for Liquid. The players themselves, of course, top prospects in everyone's eyes. They do all consider them a real top contender to not only take the NA spot but also represent their nation. Places like this, the Lanxess Arena. They are here and they do have an opportunity to go ahead and flex and see if they can demonstrate that that top 2 finish from Liquid last year was not because of one man on the other side of the court. That's right, Na'Vi are going to be taking on Liquid and it's going to be so much fun. We have to find out the vetoes first though, and we'll start bringing up those maps, see if we can have a little glimpse into what the thought process was here. Na'Vi still banning Cash in 2017.
I think I said this every time that I feel that it's going to go down towards like a Train, a Cobbler, or a Mirage today.
This is the first 3, yeah.
Mirage is gone now, which is... I think Liquid maybe don't want to get upset on that one again.
Yeah.
I mean, Navi's best maps is probably going to be Overpass and Mirage, which is banned now. Always been a big fan of it. They like Train as well, or they did like Train more when they had Zeus. I don't think they like it as much now. But it seems like it's going to come down to Train or Inferno. Navi banning out Cobble and Nuke. They ban Inferno. It's going to be the map. Interesting map. I mean, it's still a pretty new map in the pool. We still see some new teams pulling out different kind of strats on how to play the map. Yeah. So it's not like there's a set meta really for Inferno. Some teams like to go super aggressive down banana like they used to do with the old Inferno, smoking down bottom B. But it's interesting to see because some people are also playing super defensive on B. So
how close are we to that aggressive B smoke we used to be able to throw with the change of the skyboxes?
You can't do it from spawn.
No,
right?
So is it just from construction? Is that the quickest one you can throw?
Yeah, the mouth to B, right? You can do it from the kind of entrances you're coming as a CT.
So it's still quick enough to go for some aggressive CT control.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you notice it as a T that the CTs are smoking down bottom B, you're probably gonna guess that they're gonna be at least maybe the first time to do it. They're probably gonna get 3 guys towards B if the Ts would contend. Which is what I've seen a lot is that teams, they just W up mid. I mean, they just rush up mid because they know that it's probably just going to be 2 guys if we attack fast enough to attack the A bomb site. Yeah. So that's why we have seen different kind of styles on Inferno, I think.
Well, definitely going to be a clash of styles with this one. It sounds like the players are already ready to go. There's so much more I'm sure we could have said about this one, but I'll give the closing thoughts to you, Chad, before we head over to our casters.
I think, the style that Liquid are going to approach this match with is they're just going to run with the same game plan they would have had set for the major qualifier. So they're not going to really change a whole lot for the way Na'Vi play. Like we talk about, Na'Vi, they've had a chance to be out of boot camp, change their style, so they might bring in some new stuff here to catch Liquid off guard. But with Twist and Elige, happy to brawl, I think those 2 guys can make this a really interesting match.
And we'll leave it there. Here we go then. Simple takes on the team he once wore their shirt. Let's jump in as Jason and Lauren are standing by.
One Inferno between these 2. I can't wait for this.
Yeah, no, this is going to be spectacular. Especially, I mean, the dangerous part of this, right, is Team Liquid just suffering that massive heartbreak and not qualifying for the major. I'm still heartbroken about it. But I mean, the interesting thing is Cologne now becomes their major, right? Like this is another team now where this is the event that they're going to have for the next 2 months. We're going into the player break.
Well, we're going to see how well prepared Na'Vi are for this one. Already a nice approach. Got Edward up on the Tech 9. Couple of smokes and Molly as well. But look at the aggression coming out from Liquid. 3 players down towards Banana. One's Wayne at the top there. You've got a Legion Stan having a little bit of a walk.
And the bait setup as well. They even have Nitro far back at the car to pull him in, but unfortunately this can be a quick flank as well. Flamey's going to be watching for that flank if it does come in, if the execute is towards the A bomb site. Liquid's been doing this frequently on their pistol rounds though. Heavy towards one side of the map so you can have a quick flank, and Navi's got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, I also love the spot that JDM's in, just on top of the bike. You're pretty much scot-free. The problem is there's still a molly there, but here comes that aggression. Let's see if it works out, and it does. Stan and Elige deliver exactly what you need. So there's Flamey and C's already gone.
And the bomb's down as well. It's in perfect position to cover that. There goes the smoke. It almost feels like someone has to get aggressive and just risk it and try and pick up the bomb, but actually it's Stanislaw. I think that's through the smoke, maybe in front of it. Guardian goes down, so this is the last hope right here, is this flank from Edward, but you got to imagine with 3 people in Banana, someone's going to be watching for this, and JDM now spots it out. That's clinical precision. Simple, the last one left, and a 1-on-5 brings Stan down very, very low, but needs to get the kills. This is unlikely, as if that's the understatement of the year.
Yeah, unlikely. I think we'll go with that for now. Simple going to be taken out by Elige, and that Banana aggression really paid off in the end.
Absolutely did, especially because I mean, obviously you can't really expect that, but one of those players trying to take control of Banana is with the bomb. So as soon as they get those kills, it's dropped, and there's really no chance to get back into it. So Team Liquid up 1-0, and that's kind of what you need after you experience that kind of heartbreak. I talked to some of these guys immediately after that match against Flipside, and it was probably some of the most crushed I've seen players be. The only person I can think of that was more crushed was actually Sponge when he failed to qualify for MLG Columbus.
Poor Chad. Don't bring it up. Poor guy's sensitive. But we do have a real eco. It's so rare, and you can see. Oh my God, that molly! Stan! And the money. The money factor is important from that.
We saw, was it Na'Vi who did this on Overpass that one time as well? Molotov is thrown down and they just decided to burn alive instead of giving away the money. So I'm imagining it's for the economy, especially with no real upgraded pistols bought, right? Like you just burn alive because you don't really have a great chance of taking money away. But it is, Stan's happy.
It's not bad to get around a nice ace without literally shooting a bullet.
That's some stat padding I've ever seen. He's going to have like 500 damage in that one round alone. That's not bad, is it? Well, third round bye, and JDM with that peek out window actually already spots it out. He sees or he hears the AK-47, the Galil's firing, so calls it out to his team. That might change the style a little bit from Liquid here.
And JDM just praying that someone would dare to go to the molly again. Of course, not going to be the case this time. Na'Vi, well weaponed up. Bomb down in second mid, just waiting for their chances here. Not really tendering towards Banana early either. You've still got Flamey keeping eyes on it, so they can't particularly push down like they did before. And you will, I guess, take away some of that utility that already Liquid were quite sparse on. They don't actually have that much to play with. They're down to flashes now.
Yeah, that's a little bit frightening for them. Na'Vi busting out this slow-paced style they used to be known for. No real pressure anywhere on the map. Just now probing up middle once all these smokes have subsided. Simple's going to be the one leading the way. Do have to say, Twist has been magnificent for this team, but there's JDM, not known for his rifling. Nice opening kill, though. It's a big frag to get.
And you can see instantly Na'Vi, I up B. But there's still a Leash playing contact. He can fall off this if he feels pressure, and he does. So falls away. He does have support on the way as well, but he's pretty much alone here. Nitro's got one flash to play in for him, and that's it. You're just looking at raw firepower to try and control this. Smoke goes in, still a molly up. That's going to be put down as well, and the hit begins. Nitro's there, Elige over by not so Nubox anymore. Looking for his first frag, and that's going to be Guardian probably on the chopping block. It is. Elige can now play it out. Attention was drawn towards previous coils, but eventually Na'Vi do get the kills, but the rotate was there in time. Stan with a lovely bit of timing and finally controlling that round. That's
great defense as well from Elige from Team Liquid. It's one of Chad's favorite things to talk about from the defensive side is that transitional defense. So Elige boosts it up, probably has the advantage in any fight, any opening fight he takes, but instead of taking it, he falls back once he spots a shoulder. That allows Nitro to rotate, and then when they feel more pressure, a third player can rotate, and playing in spots that take time to clear out for Na'Vi. So by the time they finally get the bomb site, they're not expecting that third player. They clear out Elige and Nitro, but that third player is able to clean things up.
Alright, Deagles, a couple of Glocks, a P250. It's not much to write home about. JDM's up for the challenge, and I was going to have a little bit of a chat about JDM and see how you feel about this. You know, his AWPing at one point, it was quite a focal point. It was something to truly be discussed. It's gone a little bit quieter recently. It's not been as much of a factor. Is this a style change? Is he not as confident? What do you think's happened with this guy?
It's two things. It's a little bit of a style change. Obviously, when he was in CLG and he had that, he was probably the best operator in North America for a number of months, is when he was allowed to play that Guardian style where he was the focal point of everything. He got everything he wanted with that team. It was set up entirely for his success. Now he's having to learn a different way. The second part of why maybe he's a little bit quieter is because Liquid themselves as a team have never been able to incorporate an opera, so they're learning as well how to make more plays for the opera, how to set the opera up to have success. And obviously that's going to be a struggle at times when you're learning how to kind of play this new style like that, playing it properly. But the good news for them is I know Elige just put out that quote that the AWPing has been a little bit of a struggle for them. JDM had a phenomenal game in that loss versus Flipside in triple overtime to qualify for the major, but JDM was great with the AWP in that game.
Yeah, absolutely. But for now, a good clean round for Liquid here, not losing a single player, barely taking any damage at all across the board. Exactly what they'd be looking for in this point, not giving up anything to those rather deadly Deagles that did sit in Na'Vi's hands. But a 4-0 start, a nice way to get yourself confident. And, you know, Stan's score looks impressive. Let's remember that. that the 5 edition. Let's, you know, take that away, but it's still looking pretty good for them. And they haven't gone for that full upgrade yet either. They've still got a couple of these slightly lower tier weapons. I guess you can put the UMPs there. The FAMAS is still out for JDM, but he's doing just fine. Got plenty of money to fall back on, and they know Na'Vi's money is far from perfect.
Yeah, and still, I mean, it almost feels like one of those bonus rounds. You still have a UMP in play. You still have a FAMAS as well. That's quite nice. Heavy Halls presence for Na'Vi. They want to try and take over that portion of the map, push it back.
They've kind of lost down Banana early as well. There was, again, that 3-man stack over towards B. 2 players play down pretty deep. One sits back a little further. And again, they've got great map control. But JDM gets put on notice. Has to fall back now. Got a little careless, I guess, playing towards quad. Didn't feel much pressure, and then the peak was there. Stan as well, playing pretty passively towards Arch. But there's the breakthrough. Simple, going to find JDM. And now Stan has to find one back, but he can't do it. Seized is just better. Twist falls as well. And maybe you can see that firepower suddenly starting to appear for Na'Vi.
Yeah, a little bit of awkward fights, I think, for the Liquid guys. Standazol especially trying to push what wasn't expecting it through the smoke. I think maybe, I mean, even with the great economy that Team Liquid has, Elige Nitro there should have just fallen back and saved those weapons. But they have plenty of money to come back into this. It's going to cost a lot, though, which is a little bit unfortunate. But finally, it's going to be the AWP in JDM's hand. Twist, we have to say, on this map, he was phenomenal defending against Tai Lu when they played on this map at the qualifier. But Twist did play that balcony position quite a bit. So if Na'Vi has done their research, that's something they might be able to. It looked like they were pre-aiming that a little bit, which is a pretty popular angle to go to. So that could just be it. But if they're going to continue to do that, Twist could be in for a little bit of a nightmare. JDM, the aggressiveness. That's how you like to see. Liquid has given him free reign at the start of these rounds to try and go for those opening picks, and today he delivers.
I love that as well. And a bit of maybe a slip of the mind from Na'Vi. Normally you either see a molly there, a window, or someone just pre-aiming it from T-Apps, but no one was there. You got complete free reign. You know, throw your minds back to JW doing that every day of the week, every single time he was on this map. You know, that used to be his sort of turf, but for now, that's a beautiful start for JDM with that debut of the AWP coming out here. Probably going to get himself feeling pretty good about it, but still good utility on the Na'Vi side, so they can build from this, but they have very little step towards anywhere on this map.
Yeah, that one pick is going to hurt moving down the line. Either way, there's flashbang up mid. They want to get into position. It's going to be JDM's AWP again is waiting in lane. Smoke to block off Rap side. And this is the spot JDM got picked at in the very last round as well. And at the moment with that man advantage, this is nice from Team Liquid. They've kept 2 players at the B bomb side, realizing with the man advantage you don't necessarily need to cheat or rotate. So they're just playing a very, very defaulted setup. And it looks like Rap side is going to be where they put the focal point.
It could put strain on Liquid, though. If Na'Vi get control of Arch, if they kind of block off what Stan can see, he's going to have to pull himself through towards CT to ensure that B can't be pinched on. We know that Na'Vi used to love doing this as well. They used to do their pistol rounds like this, but Stan now gets the idea. He knows what's coming his way, just pre-fires, hoping someone steps into it, but they break through. Now the next issue is the 2 players already on B, but they're going to have to split themselves up, and they know it. So Elige going to post up by those ruins. First challenges Guardian, he succeeds. Sees the second, and well, he just comes alive, doesn't he? That's the power that Elige can have, and that's perfect. Even though the time was so low, he still contained the threat so well.
It's also great. I mean, great positioning from Stan as well, moving over, being able to call the information that they are coming spawn, that it is going to be a B split, and you can see the damage he's done. Yeah, it's unfortunate he doesn't get any kills, but these are easy ones for Elige to line up, especially when Nitro takes the attention of some of them from the bomb site. Very, very well done from Team Liquid in that round.
Perfect composure. Na'Vi still able to buy, of course. Got the AWP up on Guardian. Not often do you see them miss, and not often do you see teams give them a chance to get those shots.
Yeah, exactly. And Team Liquid, I mean, that's a little bit of a risk to go for that jump across on mid. Especially considering the round previous, Na'Vi had survived with all 5 players, so they had to have known another buy was coming out. Either way, no damage dealt. Everything calms down here in the mid-round. 3 players from Na'Vi take control of Banana, forcing the defenses back, just a little bit of pressure.
I do like the way that Liquid are actually holding their utility this time. Normally by the time the Na'Vi hits, you're down to so little, right? And it's a classic thing with, you know, the classic Na'Vi style before the, you know, the addition, I guess, of Simple and the different approach, right? The fact that you're generally down to sod all by the time they actually get to the sites because they just run it down. But, you know, Liquid are holding their ground. They're not giving us up too easily, but Na'Vi do have map control building now.
Another change in the defense, though. Na'Vi has spotted out JDM in halls and in lane side, I think, once or twice. Now with EWP, he goes over towards the library. So trying to switch him up, trying to lure him in maybe to a Rap side hit. Either way, he's going to be the rotator, and with the AWP, he'll be smoked off from spawn if this execute does come in. All 5 players going to be on this side of the map for Na'Vi. They have nowhere else to go. Tough part is, Elige playing right behind this smoke as well. This is a little bit dangerous. It's clear at the moment. Here come the nades. He's going to stick for this fight. No, he's not. He's going to go behind it. Pop flash perhaps off the wall, off the tree. Here it comes, and jumping through.
Back in. I love it. That's a brilliant flash, but he just couldn't land the shot in the end. I love the intention. But he's bought time. Look at it. 14 seconds left. They still had that utility. He's still got 2 mollies as well. Nitro, if you can buy time, you do God's work at this point. He knows that as well. 7 seconds. He's playing for the plant here. Finding one on the way out. His brilliant flame. He goes down, but the trades come in. The bomb is planted. And now Na'Vi have a chance to fight, but it's one man who stands, and it's Guardian in a 1v3. No step towards the bomb here. has to check Banana. No one's there. And time's ticking. I don't know how much he can do at this.
Yeah, 2 Molotovs as well. There's nothing you can do. Stand, 4 kills on the round. Liquid's done such a great job. I mean, it's partially Liquid, obviously, doing a great job delaying, and the players in the B bomb site fighting at the right moment when the reinforcements do finally come. But also Na'Vi, I mean, they slow that hit right down. They get stopped by a Molotov, and that's the double-edged sword of this style. If you're going to be this slow-paced at times when you're executing with 15 seconds left, you have to force the issue, even if it's inconvenient, even if it puts you at a huge disadvantage. You just have to get into that site.
It's a crazy thing, isn't it? Because you look back at the previous Na'Vi when they were able to do this on such a regular basis. You knew it was happening. You knew they were going to go for that 20-second hit, but they still made it count. So it's that missing factor right now. You think with the addition of the almost higher tier firepower, it could be different, but no. But here we go. A little bit of a free farm time. Not to be too easy there. Nitro can be caught out in this situation, but he's doing pretty well so far. Able to back away surprisingly. Drops out on Molly 2, and now he's playing against the odds. Players now swarming the site. It's Guardian eventually to break in, but it's only Guardian left.
Well, it's only Guardian, but he does have the AWP. Great nade stack from Na'Vi, bouncing the nades off the wall, dealing so much damage to Elite. She can only get 1 kill. There's the Molotov to force him out. Unfortunately, there's a lot of utility being used by Team Liquid, and the smokes are up, so they can't punish anything that Guardian does. They can't punish the movement, and it's all right because the bomb's on the other side of the smoke. But it does give Guardian a chance to slow things down to see if he can find any of Liquid making a mistake.
He's got a minute to play with. And if it was anyone else, okay, maybe Simple, you'd put it in the same category, but Guardian can make these situations work. If Liquid gave him the tiniest of windows, small opportunity, that's where it can go. But they're not at the moment. They've fallen back. They're playing pretty smart. They're just literally sitting here for that bomb. So you don't have to be too worried. Twist already considering that, the deep rotate, him going all the way back around towards middle, JDM holding ruins, and Stan just kind of chilling out, watching for that straight up push. So there it is. Nice work from JDM. Stoic in nature, not going to give that one away. Guardian not allowed the room to make the play that he was desperately hoping for. And a good approach from Na'Vi, though. They made it pretty costly. They did manage to get that far, but still, you need rounds on the board at this point. You're at 7-1.
Should say as well, I mean, that round could have obviously turned very, very easily. Nitro almost gets caught out with that CZ, the op combo. He's the guy picking up the second op when they want to run a 2-op setup. So Na'Vi's now seen that. That's a great bit of information they can bring into this next round. Pretty interesting. I mean, he hasn't gotten a whole lot of action. Twist has yet to get a kill. He's only died once, though, so it's not a huge issue. I believe this would be a timeout from Na'Vi at this point. If you're down this much, if you haven't had it, they haven't even really had any kind of success.
No. They've really been limited, and individuals as well for Liquid have been hindering them massively. I love that play from JDM already, having the confidence to go towards apps, make the play towards second mid. That was beautiful. Instantly put some on 4 players, lose out on nothing as well. Didn't even take damage.
Yeah.
So it's just everything seems to be going very nicely for them. I don't know what more to say. You've got Stan having a brilliant game too. He's doing just fine. And there's no big fire, starting to burn under Na'Vi yet. There's no one player finding that huge form.
And look at this buy as well. 3 Deagles, 1 AWP on Guardian with no armor, and a UMP on C's. So out of that tactical timeout, they go for the Hail Mary play.
Gotta risk it for a biscuit, Jason.
That's what I hear. That's what I've been told.
Now, let's see what Liquid do on this sort of round. It's still dangerous. You're hearing the Deagles. There may be that threat of that AWP being around, or something being around for these guys. There's always that kind of, in the back of your mind, what do these guys have? So you've got to be a little bit aware of it. But already Elige, deep smoke down Banana, still retaining great deals of control. It looks like a bit of maybe a quick pinch towards quad at this point. We'll see where they head as now the flashes can be prepared.
This is so dicey, though. I mean, the Deagles are great, but they're not that great for executes and force buys. Like, you can't just overrun the bomb site. You can't swarm out the halls and find that kill in pit as easily. This is a very, despite it being 3 pistols, this is a very pick-heavy kind of setup with 1 AWP and those 3 Deagles. A lot of utility used by Liquid. 50 seconds left on the clock. Still a Molotov on Nitro. He's over towards the B bomb site. And this is where it gets dangerous.
I love this boost, though.
Yep, and he can obviously jump up on the roof, jump up onto the railings.
Gives him play, but Twist hasn't let anything show yet either. He's playing very passively towards pit, maybe just playing the cross towards the site. But this does give Guardian great deals of room to get information. And look at this, just assassins creating around the map. But he has made noise. They will probably know where he is now. 27 seconds. They've crept their way up. There's still so much threat here. If Twist gets overwhelmed, and there we go, Stan already going down. There's the shot. Twist has fallen, and it's all on JDM to try and keep this site safe. And what can he do here? Nothing. Gets swarmed in the end by the Zerg force of Na'Vi, just getting up in their face. They've got the double AWP now. They've got everything they want. If they can lock this off plan down, which they should be able to, Na'Vi, what a way to turn things around.
That's too much respect over to the Na'Vi side, allowing them to have so much presence in lane all the way up to the bomb site. They had no pressure. There were no counter nades. I mean, they just didn't have any left. That's one of those rounds where Liquid just used too much too early, and now trying to go for this retake in a 2-on-4. Nitro gets a kill, but he just has to save now. You do not want to have to rebuy this weapon. You've already lost so much. Na'Vi is going to get their second, and they have a double op to play with. It's not... We talk about the T side of Inferno being tough for oppers. Even tougher, I would imagine, for double ops to go out, but... Free weaponry is nice.
That's not bad. I don't know if they can find an AK to change out with. I don't think they need to at this point. You still have very capable double up in the form of Simple being there too. Let's not forget that if he fancies a go on it. But, you know, for Na'Vi, it's a round on the board more than anything. One that I guess at the start of it you wouldn't necessarily expect either. They weren't having much luck. There wasn't much coming their way for free. They were playing very deep on Team Liquid. As you said, probably a little too deep.
Way too passive. And then there was even a flashbang on... Well, the tough part is they were playing... I think that was JDM in the site with the AWP. When you play with an op inside the site, there's not a whole lot you can do, right? He had a flashbang, and he drops it in lane, but, I mean, Twist doesn't peek with it. JDM obviously can't really peek with it with the AWP, so a lot of opportunities there for Na'Vi to get exactly what they wanted. There's a clever peek. Flamey's got to be careful, but Nade Stack takes out Guardian. Rough round for him.
Guardian falling, that's one AWP removed. Simple retains the other. They can recover it if required, but for now, that banana control still does sit with Na'Vi, but they just don't have much play beyond that. They do have the AWP now back in hand. I think they've just thrown it off the map, if anything, or maybe just removed it away, so the double AWP can't be just instantly placed towards Liquid's hands if they do try and play back down banana. But at this point, Na'Vi still have utility put into place. 1 minute on the board as well. JDM going to get flashed out of the angle. He still has stand there too. Molly goes in. Nade to follow. Maybe start tendering towards his A site.
Oh, you hate that timing. The flashbang gave him the angle one more time, but he is luring them a little bit up mid to Stanislaw. Na'Vi have not cleared that yet. There's the peek from him, and the op is the next one up. That's Simple with it, but he can do absolutely nothing. And meanwhile, the B defense is strong as well. All 5 players alive for Team Liquid still, and it's just Flamey. 38 seconds. He's got everyone to find, everyone to kill, and he's given away his position now. Nitro can just hide. He swings, he gets the headshot, and Elige finishes it off.
Na'Vi aren't causing rotates. They're not able to get any early, easy presence. There's nothing easy happening on this map. You're not getting those quick picks on banana. You're not getting anything for free.
There's nothing convincing going on from Na'Vi, is there? I mean, it just. I mean, even the round they won was, you know, with the Deagles, and it was Guardian with the op. It was give Guardian plenty of time. That round it works out. This time it's give Guardian. I mean, he gets taken out, but you're letting Simple try an entry towards Rapside with the AWP, get busted up with a stack. So yeah, this Na'Vi side is not looking efficient.
This 007? What is that view? That was very confusing. Yeah, and Na'Vi's money is about as flat as their gameplay.
It's garbage, isn't it? I mean, they have an AWP again, but it's Guardian with no armor. This is another round again where, I mean, you're going to see, I think, probably a similar style to what we saw when they had the 3 Deagles, is let him do his thing. They at least have an AK on C's, and Simple, excuse me. That's going to be pretty helpful. The main thing is Team Liquid, keep being assertive. You know, don't give up that much space towards A again. You just can't do that. You could see what Na'Vi's able to manipulate when they have that much space and ability.
We'll see if they become aware of this. If you know, it's one thing to watch a team lose a round like that and be frustrated. It's another to see a team adapt. And oh, they're going very aggressive down mid, but there's Guardian already going to land that shot so perfectly towards JDM. But do they expect Stan here? Well, they didn't expect him, but they still trade on it. That's okay. Simple going to keep things going, and that A side is looking vulnerable. Twist yet to really get into this matchup. He's had a very quiet performance so far. Again, not really having to do too much just yet. Got a little outdone a couple of rounds ago, but he's done okay.
Yeah, I mean, no one's really attacked him at Halls. No. He's had a little bit of a boring time, so we hope he can get back into it if they do come his way, and it looks like he might have some pressure put on him here. It's going to be Nitro and Twist at the A bomb site, allowing Elige to play alone at Banana. They've got to be careful. They know AWP is in play. Flamey's got a second one as well. They can hear this exchange of guns, the player in the bomb site. You know, these noises can be heard out. Nitro probably making those calls, Twist and Pit. Or excuse me, on the balcony.
Again, he loves this angle. I don't blame him for liking it. You can fall off it. It's just tough. And with Nitro playing this spot, I guess you should be able to trade effectively, but you can see how Na'Vi are trying to work into this one. Good work from Nitro. Now Twist gets to chime in as well. Brilliantly played between each other. Now time begins to tick for Na'Vi, down to 38 seconds, but with Guardian finding Elige, it opens up an avenue towards B. But oh, Nitro! Right through the smoke. That's brilliant. Now it's Edward in the 1v2.
Surprised he's not running quite yet, not wanting to give it away, but now he kicks off because he knows both players at the A bomb site. And Liquid, these guys have got to know he's hiked it over towards the B bomb site. Yeah, they're already on the rotation, going down mid, sticking together. No utility, though. So, Edward, what position do you take?
God.
He's going to go right towards Banana.
Yeah, bomb planted for it now. It's all up to Edward. He can do this. He's heard one. Did he see them? He must have seen them. Someone's got to have called it. No! He's unawares. Now he's aware, though. With the shots coming through, he has to pick a position. And it's the first boxes, and it's not good enough. Nitro's there. The retake works out. And Na'Vi are getting nothing.
That's that little jump that we saw Legia doing. And I don't think you can even see it, to be honest with you, if you're Edward. So a little bit unfortunate, but nice trick, obviously, that is getting blown up. That everyone now knows about. So
Get Right was loving that in mid on Cash, wasn't he?
yeah.
The thing is, you can do it in so many spots throughout the maps, but seeing it kind of done to that extreme...
Listen, it's a bit broken. Let's just put it out there. It's a bit broken.
It'd be nice if Valve maybe fixed that, though, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know, that's the best laughter to sum it up with. Hey, Valve, want to help? Nah, it's all right. Dota's busy at the moment, guys. But Na'Vi with only 2 rounds. Let's get back to topic, because... that was a lovely little run boost. It didn't really equate to much, but it looks nice.
Oh, Stan's going to push down mid again, and he's going to catch one off guard. Jumping across, there's a good kill. JDM covering him as well. A second for Stanislaw. Nice aggression, change the pace. The uppercut from the CT side. This is the mental warfare that you can do on this map. It's going to be so frustrating if you're Na'Vi and you're caught off guard by this.
I love it as well. I love the fact that Liquid are doing this. They have the guts to do it against someone like Na'Vi, who classically, individually are phenomenal. You can't take it away from them. You get a little scared, you get a little nervous playing against someone like Na'Vi. There's a reason you get scared of that name. But as of late, they certainly haven't quite been up to what their reputation necessarily entails. But still, good stuff from Liquid. Don't let them get away with it. Don't let them rest on their laurels. Don't think they have a chance in this. And now Guardian just looking for anything he can. Gets a gun away, cool. And anything is a bonus at this point.
Well, there's Guardian pushing up towards lane. He gets one. Oh, he can get a second. Twist falls as well. This is not good.
That's an AWP.
This is an absolute nightmare. Bomb is being planted, which is great, but the AWP in his hands in a 1-on-2. And he's got plenty of time. Pit is such a difficult position to take over. And Guardian has a chance here. This would be an awful round to give up if you're Team Liquid.
This is what dreams are made of. If Guardian does this, if he finds that individual, he spotted out one, that's Elige noted, he misses the shot. Goes back in, expects to play up quad. He knows what's happening here, but he's not having much play. No, he's being outdone, he's being surrounded. Guardian needs to land these and...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, you hate to see
you
this.
hate to see that, don't you?
Absolutely hate to see it.
I wonder if he wins this round. What do you reckon, Moses? It's like, guess that Pokemon.
I have no idea. Well, that's unfortunate. It wasn't looking... I mean, he had the clock down pretty low, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's tough. So 9-2 for Team Liquid. I guess we'll have to wait and hear about how that comes. Yeah.
And we can kind of talk through a little bit of what's been happening, because it was a great start for Liquid, to be completely honest. They had a very nice beginning to this matchup. It looked good for them throughout. They started to build themselves up. But let's kind of take it away from, I guess, the good stuff, right? Let's take it away from Liquid doing well, right? That's something we can touch on later, because it looks like this might keep up for a while. But where's that, where's that final blow coming in from Na'Vi? Normally it's there. They can do those fast hits, they can be slow, they can do everything normally. That's in their repertoire. But right now we're seeing nothing.
It just feels very underwhelming, doesn't it? I mean, the only real success they've had is some of the pick-offs that they've had from Guardian. The round, the really awkward round. Like that round they just walk up lane and Liquid's playing very passively. You feel like Liquid gave that away more than Na'Vi took it, and that's the crazy thing. And this has always been the criticism of this lineup ever since ESL One New York, is you just don't feel like these guys are being assertive enough. You don't feel like there's enough success relative to the amount of talent and skill they have on this team, which is scary. And now also, I mean, Inferno, a tactical map, and you see them slow pace. This is a map that used to be very, very good on, very dangerous. Used to be able to get those terrace rounds. It's nothing we see is very convincing. I mean, Liquid's had all the good reads. They've had that defense where you spot something out and you fall back for information. You get all the rotates there in time. Liquid's done a very good job of rotating and supporting their teammates at the right moments. It's just a little bit hard for Na'Vi, it seems, right now. A bit of a struggle on these T sides.
Yeah, saying the very least. I wouldn't put it past them to be able to stabilize a little here, but as you said, it's not the fact of what they can do. We all know what they can achieve. It's more the fact that they really have nothing building. There's no individual fire. There was a couple of moments from Guardian. That's something that we can definitely say is that Guardian's still there, right? Guardian can still do a couple of things. It's a matter of consistency, though. It's a matter of doing it when you're not having to just go like a 1v3 and you're trying to claim something. Picking up those 2 kills with a Tech 9 was more surprising than anything, that he actually was close to making that play happen.
Again, though, that does feel like a blunder from the Liquid guys being out in the open. I mean, obviously, great shots from Guardian, but taking advantage of the mistakes. But still, that should never be offered to them at that kind of a situation, that kind of a timing in the round. And then a very winnable situation that he was in.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of curious. I'm not sure if I was mistaking the scoreboard at some points, but I'm pretty sure Twist has yet to even get a kill.
Yeah.
Or he might be like on 1 maybe now. I don't know how that last round kind of like panned out, if anything. But
no, he was dead.
He was already dead, wasn't he? Yeah. So again, I don't. It's strange seeing Twist
like
being quiet.
0-4, I believe, is his score.
Yeah. Something around that marker.
Yeah, but yeah, well, especially after, I mean, listen, the guy was a beast at the PGL major qualifier. I mean, especially in that final game, the clutches that he pulled off were nuts. He had a very good tournament overall as well, and obviously that kind of, all the Liquid guys speak so highly of him. Like he's going to have a good future. So. Maybe just a rough match. They also, like we said, they haven't really gone towards him all that much.
Very, very true. And I'm wondering if he's one of those players that doesn't necessarily mind it. There's a lot of players that you can discuss need those kind of eco frags to boost themselves up, feel a little bit more confident, get the easy kills in the bag early, feel the game out. Like Rez, a couple of players out there is starting to look better with those kind of little bit of padding, but he seems fine. He doesn't look tilted. I'm wondering if he can just maybe come alive a little on the T side here.
Yeah, I mean, also it could be something where maybe you have I don't know his disposition as a player either, to be honest with you, but like some players, if they don't get a hot start, like sometimes the match just feels very difficult. They can never get into the right timings. It might be something where maybe we see it on the T side, but certainly on the CT side when we see like Stanislav pushing down on some of these anti-ecos to catch him off guard, have Twist do that. I mean, it's kind of spawn based, so it might not just pan out, but put Twist in a position to maybe get some very easy eco frags and just get him on the board, get him feeling good.
I'm just genuinely curious if he's one of those players that need it. Because he is a young player. That was always the big kind of talking point, right? Yeah. So it's like, I'm wondering if that's a factor. It'd be really impressive if he doesn't need it. That's the thing that I'm looking forward to, is if he doesn't care. It's like, well, we're winning the round, so I don't care if I'm not necessarily needed in most of these situations.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen he's a younger player, but I mean, it seems like that I think you grow up a lot when you go through what he went through just last week. So, yeah, well, I mean, that's something we could speak to him afterwards. Maybe we'll find that out later this week. Like, hey, Twist, are you bothered by that, by not having any kills on round 11?
Does it make you feel bad?
Does it make you feel awful?
We'll leave that to Stunner. Stunner can bring that question up. We'll just throw it out to him.
Yeah, we'll shoot him a text.
Yeah. No, still waiting on this one to start back. I'm not sure what the issue is. It seems like a server-side problem, so hopefully that just gets fixed up real quick. And it looks like the players have got headsets still on. It's not like they're too upset by it all. So
yeah, they're all rejoining the server as we speak. We have all 10 in, so it should be in a minute.
All right, well, things should be all good to go, but maybe not a bad thing for Na'Vi either. Let's take all things into consideration. You have 2 rounds, you're struggling. Now, I'm not saying you can sit there and talk it through and come up with a brilliant plan, but it's more just mentally to freshen up a little bit, try and pull yourself out of that kind of I guess dip that you're going to be getting into. Yeah,
the tough part is, I mean, even going into the gun rounds, we haven't seen we haven't seen any players really that look like they're zoned in, right? They just. I mean, this might be a little bit harsh, but it almost feels like they've kind of phoned it in a little bit, where everyone's just kind of shown up. We don't see Simple making any of the dynamic plays. Yeah. Guardian with the AWP has been naded down. He's been countered a couple times, but you don't see his assertiveness with the AWP. You see very slow, splits towards bomb sites. It almost feels like Na'Vi is trying to play this strategic to the point where they can outplay Liquid on the defense tactically. And you'd like to see at some point, someone just say, I am going to win this round. I'm going to get these kills. Flamey with the AK-47, we've seen what he can do. He's like a forest guy who can just go into anywhere on the map and find kills. Haven't seen any of that. So a little bit frightening in that sense if you're a Na'Vi fan. Well,
this is the thing. There was, the rumors started to circle of that CIS shuffle, and you can read what you want into this, but this is a very poor performance thus far from Na'Vi. I'm not putting out the realm of possibility that they can recover and come back later in this tournament and find something. But the fact is, it's not the fact that they're down at the scoreline. It's the way the rounds have been playing out, I think, is what I'm looking at, is the fact that it's flat.
Listen, it's 9-2. This is still a very salvageable half. If they get up towards 5, that's all of a sudden in the realm of where they can win. So Na'Vi's got to be... They've got to bounce back from this, and then you hope something has been said in the freeze time. Actually, I think technical timeouts, they can't really talk in.
I don't think so. I'm almost certain you're not meant to be talking during, and it looks like that, unless they just don't want to talk to each other.
Yeah, right.
In which really case, upset.
We've got a whole other host of issues to talk about.
Yeah, we can start going into that one, but no. On the other side, let's kind of flip the switch though and talk about what's been going right for Liquid, because I think obviously when Na'Vi aren't bringing an A game, it sits very nicely for Liquid, but mentally they came off a very, very heartbreaking loss not too long ago. So again, these guys coming right back into this has got to be a great step in the right direction for them.
Well, yeah, and this is some of the big strengths that we've seen in Liquid's growth recently is how they're dictating the pace of this game on the CT side. So you see the way on Pistoron, they have 3 towards B. They set up that crossfire. They have Nitro baiting for him, catch Na'Vi off guard. Then you go forward, you see JDM peeking through the window into alt mid, finding that pick. Now you see Stanislav pushing down mid. They're doing things at the beginning of the round on the CT side that make Na'Vi kind of question, is there going to be another stack? Is there going to be more aggression? And that's how you set the pace from the CT side, and it's been successful. The only one like mistake that we've seen out of Liquid was the round where they just sat back and allowed Na'Vi all the room to work with.
Well, Stan this time going to get, I think he might have seen some players there. Yeah, he's definitely seen them. We might see a load of playthrough apps finally. Twist, this time not playing it either. So
yeah.
Poor old Twist. He could have had a bit of fun that time, but nope. He's already been moved off that spot. He's back in pit now, and he could have some troubles his way. The flash is going to come out from Simple to set up the play possibly. Bit of a play coming out from Boiler as well, and up middle, but this has caught out Liquid before. Twist, get your timing right, get ready, get your gun out. And here we go. Big kill comes in, and there's a follow-up. Not really allowing them to get much step here, and Na'Vi, not much of a shot. You can see it when it happens. Oh, there's a shot from Simple, but I just don't see it going too much further away than this.
Yep, especially dueling the AWP. But there it is. Twist gets his first kill. He's on the board.
There it is.
Yeah, he's alive.
proud.
Nicely done, Twist.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, that might have been the call, right? If Navi's just hitting tab and they're like, wait, homeboy's got like 1 kill. Let's go at him.
Where is he playing? Go there. It's not surprising. You know, people have done it before. It's like, who's the new addition? Who's not playing well? Let's just, focus that down.
Yeah.
But he's doing just fine. As said, he hasn't had much action. That was the first time we've really seen a apps play coming out from Na'Vi.
This is so tough as well because Na'Vi has been in like forced by hell due to the decisions they've made with their economy in this half. The rounds where we've seen Deagles and 1 AWP. Now you look at this buy. The last buy they had armor and tech 9s and upgraded pistols and utility. Now they only have 1 AK and all pistols and utility. So they're not doing a great job of bringing a great arsenal into these rounds. But there they catch off Nitro. Fast towards the B bomb site. The defense gets overwhelmed. Alicia's fallen back, but Na'Vi slows things down. They put the brakes on.
Yeah, instantly hit the brakes. That's a recoverable rifle. Words are really tough, Jason. It's almost like I shouldn't be doing this for a living at this point.
I was just telling you in the green room that Americans speak better English than the British.
Stop it. I think it was Anders saying that, to be fair, and we know we can't trust him.
Anders is mentally ill, though.
He is mentally unstable.
There is that.
We're all aware. We're worried. Please send your help. But still, Na'Vi hit the brakes a little bit, slow things down. What?
Oh, what a kick in the balls. That sucks.
Perfect summary. I'm not gonna lie.
I have no other analysis other than that.
No.
Like that's just a random timing shot through the smoke and it works. Fortunately, there's still 2 players for Team Liquid at this B bomb site, so this is the best thing you could hope for.
This is taking so long for Na'Vi to hit this. I guess in a way it is keeping Liquid guessing to a degree. But they still have 2 players. Their smokes are up. They've got to be hitting this. Here comes the flash. Lovely flash as well. Sees is completely blind. JDM, we have to land the shot. Look at the angle he's got here. But with Elige going down, he is now very isolated. Support is not anywhere near close. He has to do this all himself, and he can't do it. He can't manage it. Flamey finally delivers. The bomb we planted, but that was all off the back of that ridiculous shot. Simple hits, they get in the sight, and now retake for Twist is very unlikely.
I think he should just save here. No real opportunity. It's a bit unfortunate. I think that flashbang from Elige was actually the thing that got him killed because it held him back for so long that when he starts making that play through the smoke, they're still far back enough to just say that's the only thing they can really watch. But either way, I think, in a 3-on-5, you just feel like you have to make something happen. So Elige coming through the smoke, not allowing JDM. If he gets those 2 kills and Elige, I mean, you can question it all you want. Either way, that's a 3rd round for Na'Vi. And, I mean, another round where, I mean, because of that, those economic decisions I was talking about, it's very, very nice for them to just win one finally because next round they're going to have an even stronger buy. All right.
Maybe if they get to 5, it's game on because Na'Vi can still play CT sides like champions. There's no dispute in that one. But beyond that, I just want to see a little more. I want to see a little more from these guys because it's weird when you look at the kills, right, and no one's really coming forward. It's okay. Simple picked up 2 kills in the last round, so of course he's a little further ahead. You look at Liquid; it's pretty top heavy. You've got a couple of players really delivering, but I just need to see Na'Vi starting to shine. I need to see more from them. Because we know they can deliver on it, but still, early molly's going down deep for Liquid this time. And JDM, I like it. Not seen this one before. We haven't seen this look from them. But Simple seems aware and just takes his time. Shorter peeks out, doesn't let him get away with anything.
Would have been a great shot for JDM to hit. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And now this B defense is starting to really get beaten up. It was so strong early on in this half. There's another opening kill go that way. 1:20 left on the clock. And I think that's that boost up that Liquid likes to do. I think that's where he got picked off.
Yeah, Edward going to punish that every day of the week if you give him it. So now, rotate comes in. JDM going to pick up the post over by that B side.
This is quite cool, though, transitioning an extra player over here. 3 players here. They're going to get aggressive, want to retake that. JDM finds it. There's the nade. And now I imagine we see Stanislaw starting to push out. Going to try and get some information. And I don't think Na'Vi has any idea this is a possibility. If Liquid keeps pushing here, it's going to be a great, great advantage.
And then there's Twist. He's waiting by library. They have very limited information everywhere else towards A, but that's fine. They can play back into this. Retakes aren't easy on this map by any imagination, but this is the play. This was the intention. Stan finding Flamey, going to spot out the bomb as well. They know what the plan is. 30 seconds now remain by Na'Vi, and they're caught in between a rock and a hard place. Twist, though, gets his head down, tucks himself in, spots out Simple, goes back, and Simple outdoes him. JDM can't adjust either. It's Simple coming alive. 25 seconds, gets himself in towards pit. Bomb surely to be planted. And Nitro and Stan, mountain to climb now.
That's a heartbreak. They did everything right up until that moment, and Simple just blows it up. We said we needed to see an individual player to be a little bit more convincing for Na'Vi, and there's the start. Simple with 2 great kills. And Molotov burning out Stanislaw. I don't think Guardian saw him at all behind the flames in the smoke. And they're actually going to go for this, it looks like. This is going to be so, so difficult. Kits on both of them, and actually, no, they're just throwing the nades and falling back. But that was sick. I mean, you have 3 players coming down Banana to flank quickly, to get the information, to get the map control, and have that quick flank. Almost pans out with those fights, but Twist rotates back to Library. They're playing complete retake on A, relying on that flank to be the main force of the retake. And then eventually when they get a kill and they slow things down, Twist and JDM both say, all right, we can take that ground back. Unfortunately, the timing of it, Twist gets caught with a nade in his hand. He gets put in an awkward position to duel Simple, and it all just kind of collapses. But great, great move, great aggressive play from Simple to peek out at the right moment from balcony.
That's what you need. That little bit of fire starting to build there. One more round and you got maybe a recoverable half, and it becomes far more possible. And they've finally broken the money for Liquid too. Let's bear in mind that has been pretty solid throughout this matchup, of course, with so many rounds in a row, barely taking all that much damage, and the money for Na'Vi always being shattered. Now they're on that goodbye. Will anyone dare try to peek Guardian down here? We've seen a couple of tests coming through, but JDM taking early damage might be thwarted away from taking early fights, but no, he's sticking around for this.
Yeah, down very low. No move from Na'Vi quite yet. They're being so passive in this round. Still on T-ramp now, pushing up. But that AWP is still blocked off by smoke. There's now a 3rd player to rejoin the defense over towards the A-bomb site. They've doubled up in pit. Now Lee's going to fall away as well. So JDM with the low HP, he's sticking around towards Banana with the AWP. That's you're putting a lot on his shoulders, aren't you?
Well, Banana's been a consistent problem, to be fair. In the last couple of rounds for Liquid, they've been losing out on players quite consistently. JDM maybe feeling he's got a bit of a better shot at this. Guardian not there to challenge yet. It was Edward off towards the stairs, and he's the one chasing and really applying the pressure off the back of that deep flash. And that's so smart from Na'Vi as well. Just to do that flash, just to make that present, it's pulled the 4th player that was at the A bomb site back towards B, so there can be no stack here. Na'Vi, this is the best defense they can execute against with 3 players here at the moment. Simple again in the balcony can be a force, but Stan, this is a tough angle, and it's actually completely passed by, but he gets the kill. This is all a fake. It's going back towards the B bomb site. They've pulled the rotations, but Liquid wisely, they catch onto it at the last moment. Yeah, JDM still here. Oh, that's a shot and a half. Edward falls, and the follow-up JDM burning down Na'Vi here. They're down to just 2 players. You're down to 15 seconds too. The bomb just about makes it here. And JDM backs out wisely. Doesn't outstay his welcome. 1 HP and the bomb is planted. It's down to Flamey and Simple to try and lock this out. Yeah, JDM with just 1 HP as well. That can be a quick multi-kill. Flashbangs are to be used, and Simple's going to get aggressive. This is where he could find it. JDM's not ready. Pop flash coming out, and Simple's going to get on the other side of it. Simple waits. Flamey waits. Time ticks. With every tick that passes, there comes 1 flash that'll maybe blind Simple for a second, and Nitro takes the time perfectly to do it. Stands there as well, and the retake works out. And, well, Liquid just about close out that last round in the first half. Very, very good half, though. Outside of just 1 or 2 hiccups, 11 rounds is phenomenal. The defense looks solid. Yep. Maybe towards the end got a bit sloppy when some of the Na'Vi players came alive, but they put themselves in a great position in this match. Yeah, credit where it's due. Brilliant stuff from Liquid so far. And they needed that, a confidence booster after half break not too long ago. And Na'Vi, well, it looked a little flat at the start, but there was signs of life by the end of it. We'll see if that keeps up in the second half in just a second's time. All right, welcome back. The first half, I think we all got to say it, didn't look all that astounding from Na'Vi, but for Liquid, a good debut out here in Cologne.
Yeah, but listen, I mean, this has been a long time that Na'Vi hasn't had great T sides, and the CT sides we've seen ever since Andy took over as coaching, we've seen improvement in the CT sides. We've seen them be just as dynamic as Liquid was on the CT side, much more aggressive at the early stages of the round.
Yeah, and Na'Vi finding out the odds won't forever be in their favor, so keep your eyes on that one. But for now, here we go. CT side. Oh, Edward, nice information gathered. Going to hear the steps, fall back. Already knows what the plan might be from Liquid, but they don't have to go on this.
Stanislaw is a little bit trapped right now, and Banana got himself in the cubby, but he's fallen away from it as Guardian takes a couple shots, spotted him out. So the information that Edward gets, it's not all that great. It's not like it's any big tell when you see players in alt mid, and then you also see one over towards Banana. There is a fourth player, however, at this A bomb site for Na'Vi, so taking a bit of a gamble, leaving Guardian all on his own, even towards the CT spawn site. If he were to get smoked off, Liquid would have an easy way. Obviously, they don't know that. But the lines have been set. Both teams have grabbed some map control and they've stopped.
Ooh, nice deep smoke comes in from Liquid. I like it. And they're actually playing around towards the CT side of things. That's going to play in Seized. He's going to fall back in towards the library. Be a little bit careful of them trying to pinch towards B, and that actually might be the plan. So now Seized and Guardian could be the two big names, but Nitro and Elise remove them both. That cuts the head off the snake, and that B site is completely Liquid's.
Straight deleted. Twist on the lurking, but he doesn't realize all of Na'Vi has already gone past him. They've neutralized him. At some point, he's got to make a play. If his teammates, if somehow this retake is successful, he's way too far away to have an impact on this round. He's got to get here quick. And I think Stanislaw just spotted two, so that might inspire him. But Nitro's the first one up. He gets taken out by Simple. JDM's next. That's a good trading kill. And they hold on to Construction, and they wipe him out. Off the back of Elysian, Nitro with two big entries in CT spawn.
Yeah, outstanding beginning for Liquid here. Perfect start into the second half. That's, you know, things can't be going much better for them. Let's put it that way. They're feeling this game out right now. And to be fair, Na'Vi looked pretty deadly at that start. I don't know why, but it felt like, okay, they've got some decent spots. But as soon as that pinch came in towards CT Arch, I love that deep smoke coming out from Liquid. It just started to all fall in their favor.
And buy from Na'Vi. They just do the pistols. They don't go for the armor as well. So about as close as we normally get to a full-blown save. Liquid, we saw Cloud9 fall prey to a force buy in the earlier game. Liquid have to prevent that from happening. Up 12-4, a huge advantage if they're to go 3-0 in these rounds. Being very, very cautious coming up Banana.
Yeah, stacks are always so deadly on this map. Not going to be particularly happening in this round, though. You got Flamey up on the first box, just boosted. Well, not even boosted up, just sat up there himself. Seized as well. Playing pretty close by. And the others over toward A. So Na'Vi not really taking too much of a, you know, a new look at how to play this one out. Not cutting any new figures with this, but you can see Liquid caution is the main part here. Only one molly left, a couple of smokes and a flash or two. So they can still construct something quite nice and hopefully keep that smart mental approach that you need in these rounds. Don't give away these guns. Don't allow them that window to come back into this.
Yeah, this utility usage by Liquid at the moment is just to bait out any kind of counter utility Na'Vi might have, just to see if they can bait out any players, see if there's any kind of a stack here. Nothing coming. JDM's going to walk his way up. Flamey is boosted though with the CZ. This can be so dangerous, and he's not blind whatsoever, not blocked off. There's the first kill. JDM takes a decent amount of damage. Now they're going to press forward, but the CT smoke is gone, and Flamey is doing work.
That CZ is coming alive for Flamey. And again, oh my word, I don't understand how he's getting away with it. 3 kills. The fourth isn't going to happen, but Twist now left with a tough task at hand, but a brilliant shot through the smoke towards Guardian will put it back to a 1v2. Becomes slightly more possible, but just as deadly. Edward toward Construction. Excuse me, no, toward Banana. And then you've got Simple working his way through by Construction. Now Twist has to be so cautious. He doesn't know quite where they will lay. He knows where Simple is now. He gets a little bit of a tag towards him, but still, you can see instantly terrified of Edward peeking through. But no, both players now working their way in. He still looks for more. Time is ticking. No kits towards Na'Vi, and Twist is playing a dangerous game. He's got 11 bullets left. He's got to make them count, and he does. Edward falls, and oh, Simple out of nowhere gets the job done with time left as well.
Oh, Twist, he almost wins. I think that was a 1-on-5, or was it a 1-on-4 at the very least? Huge round, good spray through the smoke. A little bit fortunate there, obviously, but playing that very, very smart. Simple just hits a great shot at a tough angle for him to hit. You can see the range on that UMP, that nerf, really, really prevented him from winning that round, but that's what we saw, and you could see that was, I think, second half stats. I don't know. It just said like 5 and 2 and 10 ADR. That's craziness. Yeah.
But something we do know is it's 5-12 scoreline-wise. Liquid's still doing fine, and we got the AWP buyout from JDM, so everyone else on the pistols. JDM up on the AWP, and well, he's going to make that sing, isn't he? Finds the opposing number of Guardian, and that's a perfect start here. Now, the rest, only one has armor, that's Twist.
This is so sick, though. And I mean, you want to talk about Liquid and how they've struggled to have an AWPer. This is so much confidence in JDM to say, you know, Twist just got all that bonus money, drops him in AWP. He'll be the only one with the weapon. We need to rely on him to open things up, and he does it with great fashion. Guardian down. It's a 5-on-4. Looks like they want to move a little bit quick.
Well, Edward waits, as does Simple, towards the quad side of things. Simple on the edge of that smoke, seeing if anyone's going to try and come up close, maybe find an angle through it. They aren't, but it's JDM up on the plant pot, something we saw Guardian do to great success against Liquid themselves. JDM this time looking for some similar approach, but turns from the flashes, waiting for those to fall. And you can see the rotate coming in. That's Flamey playing through CT Arch. Claims the life of a liege. Already getting the idea of what's happening here now and keeping Liquid humble.
Yeah, and they're just not giving JDM anything whatsoever. He's probably feeling a little bit stressed at the moment, a little bit useless. Here comes another flash. He's going to look away. But Simple doesn't peek with it. Flamey still doing work on Rap side. There it is. Finally, Simple peeks. Now they can try and get into this bomb site, but they have to be careful. Flamey pushing in now. He's wrapping around the boxes, and there's the kills. Edward pops out at the right moment. Good stuff from Na'Vi.
You can see Simple getting pumped up too. He knows these are the important rounds you got to be locking down. Don't let them slip away. Liquid knows how much that can spiral and open up windows of opportunity. But the problem being, the scoreline is still good by Liquid. They don't need to rush this. They don't need to be in a hurry. You're 12-6 up. You're still pretty well set.
That previous round was like not really a gamble, but it was kind of just a little bit of a test, right? Like we have JDM, we can do some damage to the Uncod. Yeah, see if it works out. It almost does. Almost pays off. Gets it into a 3-on-3. They just don't have anything from there. Now just a typical B-rush, flashbang though. That's a good trade, and they get one more. There's two players in Na'Vi here. I don't think this is very likely at all. And no, it's not. They're just mowing them down. Edge of the smoke. Nitro gets one more kill, but clean, pretty clean from Na'Vi.
No, maybe not squeaky clean, but clean enough.
Definitely not squeaky clean.
No,
There's no squeaking there.
No. But all in all, good stuff for Na'Vi. Just round by round at this point. The cleaner the round, the better. Build up the economy. Ensure that you can keep falling back on the AWPs if you need it. It's all you can do. We haven't really seen that big test yet thrown out, I feel, from Liquid. This is the round, though. This is where we get to see what they have to bring to the plate.
Early nades towards Banana. Nitro's not too committed to take a lot of damage. It's actually a lot. That's what, Molotov, 2 nades for the Na'Vi side over towards Banana. Smoke comes out now. Just a nice little default. No attempt at taking control very quickly, but Na'Vi's already established Guardian over towards Banana. He's out of utility. They've put a 4th player back over towards A, so wanting to shore up the defense at this side of the map early on in this half. And Liquid, I mean, this is much, much quicker than Na'Vi. They've already worked their way up top mid. They've got the base of the attack over towards A.
And I guess that's one of the deep smokes coming through. But Na'Vi do have those 4 players here. That's the issue. They haven't caused any rotates Liquid, so they're just going to stack this one out pretty much. It's going to be a quick play off the back, though. Look at this. Instantly, Nitro's running up there. He did have bomb to hand. He's kind of hit the brakes a little bit. He's maybe, I don't know why he slowed down so much. Maybe just don't want to make the sound on the way through if there was anyone kind of playing at the back by CT, but Nitro is working his way up. Stan's going to be, I guess, a bit of tasty bait more than anything. Maybe wanted a little bit of a slow play through towards CT Arch, catch him off, but it is going to be Guardian to try and stop everything. He's so blind, he can do nothing. And now C is going to try and pick up the pieces, but the spray through the smoke will find one, but the bomb's going to be planted regardless.
That's a very fortunate spam through. I'm not sure why Guardian getting completely blind didn't try and get into cover whatsoever, but let's retake. So many nades are being used, but they haven't pushed through. That's going to hurt them on the... Oh, nice shot from JDM. The great reaction, spamming the smoke as well. Readjusting his position. You could see Na'Vi, they want to use this smoke. They're going to hunt them down. I think this is going to be an easy kill. No, there it is. Nitro, he turns around, finally gets it. Good trade, though.
It's still on here. It's still this 2v2. Molly goes in towards Dark. Edward's up on the site. It's working out where they are, but JDM is insatiable. These kills have been big. The first one he found on the boost was a brilliant adjustment.
Beautiful, wasn't it?
And the second just secured the round.
Yeah, that's a great call from Liquid as well. Very convincing. As soon as Stanislaw dies on the other side of the map, it's just like, all right, now we have to go. No map presence whatsoever. They've picked him off. They've seen he's the only one. The logical explanation is to say the rotation's about to come towards this B bomb site, and they beat it with that execute. Na'Vi on the back foot now. On the verge of an economic reset this late in the half, that could be backbreaking.
Yeah, how are they going to make up for this? How's the difference going to be made? Guardian still with the AWP, looking for opportunities. Again, so flash, so blind. Still wants to stay around here, though, but JDM did have the angle, so a brave play to go back into that peak.
Yeah, I mean, that's a shot JDM. That's designed for him to hit that shot. Just miss, which is a little bit unfortunate. On top of that, he gets tagged by Guardian right through the wall. So, Na'Vi, they sustain the early pressure. They're still a little bit deficient in utility and weaponry. This is going to be fast play out balcony. Here it comes. Jumping out. Twist gets the opening kill. He gets the second one as well. Twist finally coming alive here, and Flamey can do absolutely nothing. He gets one kill, but this has got to be a save from Seasoned Guardian. They have an AWP. They have an M4. They have to bring that forward because the rest of their team is going to be completely out of money.
Yeah, the economy is shattered for Na'Vi, and they know it. They're literally down to 0 on Guardian here, so that AWP being retained, they need this to have a fighting chance in what could be one of the final rounds. And as you said, Twist having his time in the sun this round, 3 big kills for himself. Always good to be seeing, especially after JDM's opportunity was a little missed out. Then almost that could have been, that could have been the opener. It could have all gone right or wrong at that moment, but they recovered well. And I have to say, so far, thoroughly impressed with what Liquid have brought.
Yeah, that was a great. I mean, you saw they did a change of pace. It seemed like Na'Vi wasn't even necessarily ready for it. They had 3 players, like 1 in pit, 1 in graveyard, 1 in the bomb site, and none of them. I mean, that's a pretty decent triangle with so many different crossfires to defend against that hit. Just not able to get it done. Liquid on the verge. They've hit 14, which is always fun if you're a Team Liquid fan.
And I always used to love them playing against Na'Vi. It was what, IM Oakland, I think? Was it Oakland or was it San Jose?
San Jose.
San Jose.
And that's when Edward came through the smoke. And
it does things to me, that moment, Edward. That was just disgraceful. And it was something somewhat like this scoreline. So I doubt it's going to happen. It shouldn't happen. We pray for Liquid's sake. It does not happen on this day. But you never know.
The holiest of all days.
Yes, something like that. Of course, not such a fan, but Edward waits with the deagle. You got Flamey up there. 3 players towards B this time. And, ooh, that's a tag. Liege.
I don't think Liege imagined a world in which an AWP would be playing at that angle.
No.
Was not ready for that whatsoever. Smoke blocking the B choke point. Plenty of Liquid players here. That smoke can help him maybe get a little bit closer, but actually Nitro's looking to see if he can check the boost with that. No, this is pretty cool. They're going to boost up over it. No, they're just going to go right through it. Flashbangs come out. And once again, the boost stops them. Nitro, he's got to get this kill, and he does. There's a Liege with a follow-up. Edward, though, he's waiting. We just said he's crushed the hopes before. Look at how low they are. 3 players below 10 HP.
This could be everything. Edward has the potential. So does everyone else as well. Now the rest of Na'Vi can work there. And they don't know exactly how low they are, though. But these guys, I don't know, a strong breeze would send them flying. But they need something. They've got a molly left on Seized. Guardian looking for a little bit of a peek here above the smoke, but doesn't get it. And they're going to force him off this one.
Isn't it?
If only they knew, but they don't. Information is king in these situations, but retakes on this map are so hard, but Edward still wants to make it costly.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great if he could find this AWP from JDM, take that out of his hands, force the rebuy, just start chipping away. Ooh, that's a really good shot. But no, he cannot.
JDM will retain it for now. 1 HP, though. He's got to get moving. And, yeah, please, Twist. Save my AWP. Oh, lordy. But the AWP is retained. That's the main thing. But now it's do or die time for Na'Vi. It felt close. It felt like that was very competitive. The damage was dealt, but they just couldn't quite land the shots.
That was so sketchy, wasn't it? Just like PTSD from the second round, where like a very similar setup from Flamey, who just shut down the dreams. Not to be that time, though. 15-7. And Navi's still putting together pretty decent buys, all things considered. AWP, M4, 1 UMP, 2 FAMAS. JDM picking towards Banana early on, seeing if anyone's going to swing and take a fight at Car, but not obliging him quite yet.
Yeah, a good start towards sweet revenge for Liquid. Story of theirs certainly not fully written just yet. Free fire towards balcony, nothing there. They are on the other side, of course, that being Edward, but it's Guardian who'd be the first port of call if they do try and play out of Boiler or middle, but easy to be overwhelmed here with the AWP as well, but it is still Guardian. Going to try and find an angle on that smoke, but he gets flashed and they're already out. 3 players now, possible victims as he waits. Oh, nice molly, though. Great intuition from Stan then, just to keep that in mind.
Even spamming the retreat. Really, really smart play, but they're going to go wrap side. God, Stan is still spamming. Guardian has got to be so frustrated right now. And he set them up perfectly. I don't think Na'Vi realizes this is happening. I mean, obviously, Seized has to know with this setup. It's got to be communicated that it's a possibility, but they didn't spot anyone.
This could be huge. This could be Liquid sealing the deal any second now. The moment that kill comes in from the back, it all falls apart. The House of Cards tumbles, and there it is. There's only one man left on B. It's Flamey. He's got a Famous. What else can we work with? A decent flash, but he can't get it done. And Guardian's trying to save the day. He's trying to dig deep enough to do so, but with 30 seconds, the bomb going down, and good afterplant positions, you just feel Liquid has this one in there. Elige, surely another nail in the coffin. This is going to be Na'Vi struggling for answers, and, well, at the final point of asking.
What a play from Stan as well. He's going to defend against the retake here. Gets one, gets the second. That's a beautiful round. He sells that the entire way all by himself. His teammates are so prone, so susceptible to a backstab. Just the smoke, the Molotov, and the spam through the smoke. Stanislaw allows his team to make that strategy work.
Well, you've got to say credit where it's due. Liquid played to their own level. They never let go of what they were doing there, which was quite impressive to me. It's very easy to kind of fall into, not necessarily going through the motions, but you play to the level that you're playing against. But Na'Vi just seemed flat throughout that game. That's kind of worrying times. Yeah,
especially when you consider Liquid was the team we were looking at. Are they going to be flat because of the crushing defeat they just had, the heartbreak that they just recently went through? This was a brilliant performance to snap them back.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to take a short break as we do watch back the rather pivotal moments throughout this game. But guys, do stay tuned to listen to what the desk has to say about that matchup.
The Pay Safeguard post-match breakdown.
The punches keep on coming for Na'Vi, and Liquid remind us that they are certainly not to be forgotten. A poor qualifier for them, but the North Americans come out all guns blazing, and a 16-7 as well is a bit of a slap in the face to anyone that was perhaps doubting them coming into this one. I'm joined by two pretty faces here. We have, of course, Freiburg and Sponge. And gentlemen, Na'Vi was a discussion we had pre-match, and we said, you know, Giants have fallen, you know, rebuilding a different style. And evidently that style still hasn't quite found its place in Counter-Strike. It's still not working, still looking a bit shaky around the edges, Freiburg.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, Na'Vi didn't really seem to get their game going. they
At all?
lost.
I mean,
no, not at all. I mean, I think one of the issues was the economy on the T side. They were reset twice. They didn't win consecutive rounds. I mean, CS is a game where you need a stable economy. You want to keep playing the weapon rounds, but they were shut down. I mean, yeah, I think Liquid
shut
played great.
down. Liquid played great. I mean, Chad, when you say Liquid played great, who stood out? Because it seems like some unmentioned or usually often undiscussed
Stan
players.
was dropping bombs, right? Like he was going huge. We had the 5 molly frags.
Can we talk about this?
No, we don't need to talk
No,
about
just
that.
for a second.
Okay.
Just for a second. It was deliberate.
Yes.
Freiburg, it was deliberate.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Hype's dead. There we go. Just wanted to get that done.
It has to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think people rather die from a Molotov, which gives the $300 instead of dying from a UMP or a shotgun that gives $600 or $900. So yeah.
For me, Alex, just with this game as a whole, I think Liquid played a really good transitional defense. They were making Na'Vi uncomfortable at the start of the rounds. Then we started to get to the mid and the late rounds, and they were using their utility well, and then just dropping back into the bomb sites. And when there's 15, 20 seconds left, and they're doing those executes, and you have someone playing new box on B, and you can't make him move out of his position because you have no utility left. He's just delaying, and the rotation's coming in, and you guys just get absolutely destroyed. So we saw that happen time and time again.
Yeah.
And then eventually when Na'Vi started getting rounds on the board, it's because I think Liquid were getting a little bit overconfident. There was that one round where Stan, he was playing behind him top mid smoke, and Simple killed him through it, right? It was just completely random. And then they had that advantage and played the numbers. Then the next round, they also found an opening kill Na'Vi, and then they just played the situation right as a team, went as a unit and just took a bomb site. So it felt to me like Na'Vi got their respect eventually, but also Liquid were being overconfident at the same time. So felt like a bit of a weird balance there.
Right, and this is something that I always find very interesting in the terms of gaining and garnering your opponent's respect. Does this happen in instances like this where it's like Na'Vi and Liquid? So please, Chad.
Yeah, I have a really good example of that. When we played you guys here in Cologne in 2015.
Here we go.
You had Natsu as a coach at the time, actually. And we had just beaten Titan, and then we played you guys on Inferno. And I had stupidly said in the post-match interview of the Titan game that we really struggle on Inferno when teams disrespect us, and you guys just did that. You guys these guys are noobs. We're just pushing banana, pushing mid every round, being aggressive window, right. And it was like we couldn't do anything. Like we knew our defaults, we knew all the protocols we had to have to get to it, but we're getting out-dueled, out-aimed because you guys just had no respect for us and just flattened us.
And so from your perspective, I don't know if you remember that game specifically, but from what I'm sure you know games that have happened like that.
Yeah.
What's comms like? Is it simply just, all right, let's just have some fun until we have a challenge, and then that's where the wins come from?
I mean, maybe we, I don't even know if we saw that interview where we said that, or if we just saw other games, but like we can maybe try, like when you go into a game, you must have a game plan. If you want to start off by playing defensively and push more in the coming rounds. I like it where we push early, we get early map control, push the T's back, make them feel uncomfortable. And I mean, if we just won that game, I guess that we just kept on going.
Yeah,
why change something that's working, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
So you start with the more like loose and slightly disrespectful, whatever, overconfident play style. If it's working, then why bother changing?
Yeah, if we couldn't do anything to stop it, right? Why stop? So.
And one team that's probably the best or has been the best with this was Virtus Pro. They played super aggressively, like the first 7 or 8 rounds, right? They went for aggressive picks with helping and stuff like that. Then you feel like you have to take a step back. But okay, the last 7 rounds they're playing defensively, but you're wasting more time and utility when you don't need it these rounds because they're playing defensively. That's also like mindset and like mind games within the game. Yeah, right. So I mean that's a big thing, which
Well, Liquid's confidence just takes them a big step in the right direction. It is Swiss format, but first win under the belt for North Americans. And now we get to see, of course, Na'Vi 0 and 1. There are more games to come, however, we're working on resolving them. And let's not forget, because of the sheer quantity of games, we do have a B stream. We're going to quickly check in with Stunner to see what's been going on there. Sounds like more upsets ahoy.
Hey guys, it's time for a quick recap here of the B stream. We've had a lot of good matches today, and some of which you might not even saw even focused on the mainstream, right where you should be anyway. Check it out. Early on in the day, we had Heroic and FaZe match up on Inferno. It went 16-14 in favor of FaZe, going the full distance. Nico and company able to take home that W. After that, we did see SK go up against Space Soldiers, a matchup that SK was heavily favored in, and, well, that's just not what we had happen. SK comes out with the L. They catch the L, a big L at that, because no one expected that to happen. 16-14 in favor of Space Soldiers, walking away with the W. We did catch a interview with Mayer after that match, and he was definitely still in the moment. You could tell and you could see it on his person. With that being said, let's move forward. G2 and Tyloo, not as close up of a matchup. 16-9 scoreline. G2 and MBK and company able to convincingly take that one away, as I do believe was projected. North and Optic just settling now, 16-9. Optic picking up the W there. I don't think a lot of people would have expected that. North obviously coming in as the stronger team, and then this Optic team just not exactly functioning at full capacity right now. Not a problem though. I got a little bit of an interesting update here. You guys should head over to shop.eslgaming.com and pick up some jerseys right now. It's actually 20% off if you select ESL One gear merchandise. So, with that being said, back to you, Alex.
Thank you very much, Trey. Yes, you get to hear not only about the shop, but also about some of the crazy results. The standings will tell the story slightly better than that as well. You get to see the specifics. Most recently, though, we did have slight eyes on it. Optic beat North.
Yeah.
How do you wrap your head around that one? CS is getting even harder to predict.
Props to those guys, right? Like, I thought they were completely deflated and defeated as a team, because this is kind of the maybe come out swinging syndrome when they know they don't really have anything else going for them at this point. They didn't qualify for the major. This is going to be it. You assume that they're potentially going to go through roster changes because Hayes, is he temporary? Is he not temporary? What's the mindset of the team? Obviously, they like him, but they have never seen themselves since Stan left. So I thought they were just going to be done and dusted, just to use another cliche there.
Sure.
But they've come out swinging and really they've shut me up.
Did anyone catch Carrigan's tweet? Carrigan was actually hanging out in MMC. Of course, he can see the players during their game on the stream, and he tweeted out saying, "Watching these guys play Cobble, you can see it in their faces and the way they're communicating. They're just having fun. There is zero pressure on Optic, and lo and behold, they go like, what was it, 13-2 on the half versus North? Like, I would love to explore this, and actually we do have time to explore it when I have two ex-players who have no doubt strangers to this experience. No pressure Counter-Strike, and the beauties of it and the successes that come from it. In fact, NIP had quite a good instance of that when you were on the team. I remember there was an instance where it was just like, NIP have got nothing to lose, and you guys smashed it.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I remember those times as well. It's easier to play. You don't really care as much as you probably will in a more like stadium game or in a more important game. So, I mean, just going out with guns blazing, it's fun, you know.
Is there as much structure in your comms, or is it more seriously laid back in game as well as it?
I think it's still like team play, right?
Sure.
I mean, you still kind of do it, but in a different game, maybe like, do I dare to take this peek? Maybe they're like, no, let's go, boys, come on.
I have a question for Adam while we're on this topic.
Drop it.
So it's the Dubai event that I'm sure that you're talking about, right?
That's what I'm referencing.
So, just so everybody knows, you don't have to answer this question, you just tell me to shut up. Did you guys, like, that was, the team seemed like it was done at that point before that event?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily super done. We had plans of changing players back then as well. But I mean, it didn't really happen. We kind of went to Dubai, and we just like, as I said, we just went ham instead of going like playing super serious. So I think that was one of those events where we realized, okay, we gotta have fun and play. Right. We can't just sit and like not having fun, because CS is all about. I mean, it's a game. It's a game.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, you should have fun when you're playing, right? Winning is fun, but we didn't win anything before that, so we figured, okay, we'll just have fun by just running around and gunning people. And I think we knocked out the previous Envious team, the French team, by just like going full YOLO. And I think we got to the semis that event. So
yeah, VP I think were the victors of that one.
Yeah.
But
it's cool to get confirmation on that. Yeah,
because that was the discussion was like, okay, NIP are a meme, like that's going to be an open and shut case, and then you just see it on the players. I mean, Optic, I'm sure, are a prime example of this. We've seen it in a plethora of different teams as well in competitive Counter-Strike, that when the going does seem just a little too much, it's overwhelming. Everyone takes their foot off the gas. All that weight is lifted, and suddenly people are hitting headshots and people are walking into sites. It's a very weird experience for us to witness here on the analyst desk. Of course, we don't know what's going on in those players' minds and, of course, in their comms as well. But Optic got a big win, and you saw all the standings there. 1-0 and 0-1 as the Swiss format is now time for a bit of a shake-up. More games coming, though. We are going to be going to a bit of a short break. But when we do return, we're going to be taking a look at those new matchups. You'll be able to see them live with us in just a moment. While we are doing that shuffle, though, sit back, relax, enjoy some tunes, grab a cuppa. We'll be back with more Counter before you know it.